Good morning, everybody. Take two. First time kids were fighting. So anyhow, I was discussing some things that I made over the holiday weekend. So here's what I made. And I started with some tulle on this one and some lace. It's a white lace, or white tulle and then the black lace. And then I just sewed it right through the middle. And then I added the beads as I went. So I'd put the center bead on, then I'd sew it through and then pull it back out and then add another bead and then sew that down so it would lay flat. And then they're all backed with a piece of chipboard. There's also this maroon one, and this one's so pretty. I love it. And it's the maroon tulle and then black lace. Here's one with gold fabric. Here's one with silver. Just trying something new, something different. And then I made this tulle lace butterfly. All I did was twist the tulle, sewed the top of it, then I added the pearls, and then the black lace, all I did was take a strip of black lace and then did a running stitch through the end and then pulled it through. Then adhered it to the tulle. I sewed it to the tulle. Then I backed it with a little piece of chipboard. So that one's pretty. And then I also did, I did another one with, it's like a, looks like a fishing net kind of tulle lace thing. I think it's a different type of tulle, I should say. Here's a white tulle, and then I did the running stitch on this one as well. And then I adhered the pearls, and then I just, I went over the strings in the middle because it kept turning, but I like the way this butterfly came out as well. It's really cute. And then I did this really big tulle flower. I bought a bunch of some vintage buttons from Michael's the other day. They're it was a pack of the Dress It Up Fancy Button Value. And they came with a bunch of cute buttons. But all I did was this. I cut a piece of tulle and I folded it in half and did the technique Arlene did for her organza flowers and came up with this. So it's a pretty big piece of tulle flower, and then I added the button, and then I added a little bit of gold distressicles to give it a little sparkle. I mean, you can't tell here, but I added some around the edge of the button, and then I just fanned it out just randomly. But they're really pretty. There's that. Then I did this little one. I did the same technique that Arlene did with her her ribbon, but I used a satin black ribbon that I got right here from Walmart, and it's a, as you can tell, it's a little ribbon. So, but I did the same technique and used the fancy buttons that I bought recently, and it came out really cute. Look at that, and it's backed on a piece of chipboard. Then these two I did last night. I took some of my old lace, and then I cut 2 inches of it, and let me get a piece right here. So I cut it down the center. So 2 inches is right here from the center of it. So each piece came like, you know, I cut 5 pieces, and that's what I did to make these buttons. So I did that. So it has a pattern. If you actually look closely on each side, it's got the dots and then the floral, the dots and then the floral. So it came out really pretty. So that's what I made over the holiday weekend. So thanks for watching. Oh, one more. I almost forgot about this one. Here, this one was my first attempt at Arlene's organza flower. I used a white wired ribbon, and then I used some cream pearls, and then I added stickles around the edges. You can't see it in here, but it's really shiny up here when you look at it closely. So those are all my little fancy flowers. And I was thinking about making some and putting them on my Etsy, like a whole grab bag like this. So, including the butterflies. So stay tuned, and once I get that all sorted, I'll go ahead and post it. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.